Hello and welcome everybody, I hope that you are all good and welcome to what is going to be the 10th 24-hour challenge for Pokemon GO on this channel. We are going to be doing a full-on 24-hour grind for the Fashion Week of 2023. We're going to see how many shinies we can get, how many hundos, etc. How many eggs can we hatch? On the side you'll find the starting stats. We've got the walked kilometers, the total Pokemon catches, research tasks and everything. This is about going absolutely balls to the wall in 24 hours with no sleep, no rest. We're gonna rock and roll with this thing and see how many fashionable shinies we can pick up. So without further ado, do smash that like button and subscribe if you are new. I would appreciate the support helping get to 20,000 subscribers before the year is done. And now, start the clock. That is 10 AM and we're going to check, boom, Wooper. We haven't had any costume shinies this event so far. At the time of recording this, I need another male Frillish, we need both female Frillish. That's a Butterfree that's literally just hatched. Fantastic. While we wait for this to tick down, because I'm fairly confident nobody's going to jump in a Butterfree raid with me, which is understandable given Dragonite's in 3-star raids too. We'll be maxing out the remotes every single day, daily incense 2 times, and I'd like to say thank you, by the way, to Andrew Crow, one of my Patreon squad, who gifted me $100 super thanks in aid of this 24-hour challenge. So that's definitely a good amount of caffeine and sustenance for the session. If you're familiar with the channel, these 24-hour grinds, we do not stop other than to literally sit down and eat and possibly take a break if I can't walk any further. We don't sleep, we go full on with these things. Do you know what I'd really like to do? I'd like to hit 80k walks in these 24 hours. I'm not doing a terribly good job of getting that done right now because we're waiting in the raid lobby, but this time last year for 2022, we had the brand new shiny Yveltal in the raids for 5 stars, and at the moment I think Cobalion has just switched in, which quite frankly, other than the fact that I do need XL for a hundo, I can very much leave that one at the side. It's going to be a solo Butterfree raid to kick things off, and then in that direction, away from the noisy motorbike, to go and get a coffee and something to eat to start off. Seriously, wish me luck. I hope you enjoy this video. The 24-hour challenges are a very big deal on the channel. I do enjoy doing them despite the fact they wipe me out for the next 2 days, but hey. 3 minutes of the 24-hour grind has been wasted. I'm not sure of 100% of this thing, got 998. I think it's north of 1030 from rough memory. I might as well lucky egg the entire thing, to be honest. But will it be shiny? It is not shiny. We have had quite a few quests of that yesterday. If we can find some 100%ers, that would be rather smashing. Blitzle. Now, shall we go and get a coffee, peeps? And my OG boy Shink's pulling straight through. We're literally like the 2nd or 3rd research task of the challenge. 14 minutes in, shiny Shinks from research. Yes! I don't think I got that last year. I think it's literally been 2021 was the last time we picked that up, actually before it had a community day in November of 2021. But as you can see, coffee has very much been acquired, which is fantastic. Shiny number 1, this isn't very good stats. I can tell you that for a certainty. This is terrible, terrible, terrible IV, but it doesn't matter. Boom. Almost the worst you can get, a 32 star, but shiny number 1 at 15 minutes in practically. What about the Buddy? Nope, the Diglett can't follow, but that's absolutely fine. Let's go, come on. 1 shiny in. Admittedly, I think a lot of these are boosted, but that's why I love doing the 24-hour Fashion Week challenge. Not only that all the Pokemon have fashionable costumes, everything is shiny boosted, pretty much. And a big thanks to Molly, kicking things off with our first Dragonite raid invite. So first remote pass 2109, that's like the troll hundo, because the weather boosted would be 2709. As it is, I think we want 2160 something or 2170 something, so this is going to be dead, but will it be shiny? Boom, sadly not. Congrats to anybody who's got it. I have seen a few people in my local crew literally getting it in front of my face, and I'm jealous. I want this one. This almost the worst one you can get, but thank you so much, Molly. Shiny, not shiny, and a Curlier. I didn't know that was going to be in the wild. I didn't think that could be in the wild. Maybe it's just a lucky spawn. We're coming up to the end of our daily incense. Eevee isn't shiny, but something we didn't get last year. Boom! Yes! Before even 11 o'clock. Second shiny is I think a potential level 1 shiny Aviator Absol. That's fantastic. I didn't get it last time. Someone was holding one for me. I think the Keem was actually holding one for a trade, and I've kind of held off it. It is a level 1. Oh, you little beauty. Fantastic. Second shiny in the bag. Come on. And a tiny Gothita. That's wrong for the showcases, but hey ho. We're not even done an hour and we've got 2 shinies. I know it's not that far into the video, but do smash the like button, do subscribe if you're new. Come on, there's some good shiny luck coming through. I'm really hoping we're not burning the shiny charm too early. As you can see from the weather boosted footage, it is going to rain, hence we just nipped home to get the umbrella as a necessity. And it wasn't meant to rain! That's basically the UK in a nutshell during autumn. It's like you look at the forecast and go, it could not. We're going for the quest in the Broadway, that's the plan. Absol, hello. Not a red one. We did pick up a Hundo Gothita though, actually. Wasn't the weather boosted one, but we did pick up one that was randomly around Northfields, which is great. So we have had a Hundo. Need that one. The Diglet's eluded me. It's just gone 2 o'clock and we've got another shiny Absol. So we've gone from having 0 of them to now having 2. Fabulous to see. In fact, we're going to catch this one. We'll go and razz it. We'll give it a red Pokeball because it's a red shiny. Nice to see it. 4 hours and we finally got our 3rd shiny, which is great. We're going to do a little quest sweep around here. We got distracted by many raids. Shadow Poliwag, as you saw. Wooper, yes, we're raiding Wooper with the costume. Anything in person kind of goes. This is a dead 0 star, but it is the 3rd shiny from the wild, which is nice. 4 hours in is a good chunk of the time gone. That's a 1/6 of the time we're run out. Okay, I think we might have actually triggered something now. So 17 minutes after the last one. That is the 3rd shiny Absol of just today. Yes, it's a perma boosted shiny. I didn't have it before. If it's going to continue at this rate, can one of them line up with one of the raids of being 100%er? Shundo costume Absol, please, for the mega. It is the 4th shiny. We've got 4 shinies in just over 4 hours. I'll definitely take it. It's a shame it wasn't that one. So thank you, Science Seth, for that. I mean, unfortunately, the Dragonite was terrible, but hey, it's the 4th remote of the day, so we've got one more remote raid left for somewhere in the land of Americas. We've just been told there's a Hundo Frillish in the park here, and we've got to hot-foot it there because you don't know how long these things are going to last. See what else happens to appear. There's a 3-star hatching in about 6 minutes. Fingers crossed it's Dragonite, but because it's in person, we're kind of going to do everything. More quest. Snapshot of your buddy. Yeah. I'll take it. It's a Diglett task. I assume this is where it is, since that's the only Frillish. It's not shiny. 790 is what someone said it was, so there we go. Let's catch it with the blue ball golden Raz, because it is a blue Pokemon. I will be very done with Frillish by the time this event's finished, but there we go. That is a 100%er. Lovely. Second hundo of the challenge so far. We'll have to see if anything else pops up. Lechong? I think. Wait for it to spoil out. End of the month, 28th. Jumping on for our final remote raid. Thank you, Randy. The second invite did come through and actually worked. So we're going to miss the number because the ++ has spun a stop. So no idea if this is going to be good or not. Thank you very much. And Disney Mom Rachel was in there as well. I spotted her. Be a green Dragonite. No. Ouch, 2091. That could be one of the worst. I think that might be the worst you could get. And we're going to find out that this is a 10-10-10. Nope, 11-10-11. Not quite the worst. Wooper! Duh! Not shiny. I want to see that one sparkle. Even though we had a community day for it, we got like 59 of the damn things. At 6:23, we've got 2 fantastic bits of news. Not only do we have company for the night session, we've got Francesco with us, which is nice. Down here, as you can see on Campfire, there's 1 Dragonite, 2 Dragonites, and 3 Dragonite, and potential for 2 more back here in Ealing. We've just been to do the Wooper raid, as you may have seen. So we're now hot-footing it down to Assyrian Society of the United Kingdom to get some green dragonness.
It's like Naginati said, if you are extremely lucky.
Yes. I'm feeling extremely lucky. And we're also due for a shiny. What's that bit in Tropic Thunder? Here we go again.
Just like me last year.
Seriously. 4th shiny Absol with those sort of slightly non-opaque aviators. Except this one's off Incense, which does allow me to say, I wasn't on this week's show, unfortunately, but you can still go and drop a download to episode 145 of the Incensed podcast, which does have a certain Canadian dropping on there to talk about McDonald's. I'll leave that up to your imagination. We were overdue for another shiny. And if it could stop jumping. Actually, I just got told because I've had my phone on mute for most of this, but congrats to Zachary, who got a random shundo of this on the way to a sports event. So, massive congrats. And this one, Incense, is dirty 1-star, but I'll take the shiny. 5th shiny. We're some way off the halfway point, actually. We're probably, what, a third of the way through the challenge so far? Hello, Dragonite. It's 26 minutes on it. Perfect. Osmo Lionheart, Sammy, Alex, Adam, Mosen, some local crew. Whoa! What was that?
What's that?
I thought I glitched and we'd already finished the raid. Nope. It was just, I don't know, decided to say, whoa, entering the Dragonite.
Party power doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, party power. Where's it gone?
He's gone.
Because we've activated a party mode because there's a couple of us here, so why not? 2094. That is perfect candidate for being shiny because it's terrible IV. No, oh, final strike. Okay, maybe. Be green? No. 2 more chances coming up down the road. Something doesn't look right there, does it? If you don't know, this is where things go wrong. What managed to happen was we selected a different mode on the camera by pushing a button on top of the device with our gloves on in the cold, and I had no idea at the time I had made this change. So we went from 4K with audio to 1080p HD with no audio input at all. So for the remainder of this 24-hour challenge video, we're going to have to recreate everything as best we can with voiceover. So I was probably saying it's about 9 PM in the evening here. Fingers crossed for some more ShinyLug. We were just grabbing some dinner from Wasabi at that point, refueling ourselves with some more coffee for the evening, and wondering how many more shiny Absols we were going to pull in for the next 12 hours of the challenge. So we're now back out after a dinner and a coffee pit stop, and it's currently 9:37 in the evening on the Thursday. We were just beginning to venture out at this point, having warmed up in the house and praying for some more other shinies that weren't a red Absol with aviators on it, I guess. So let's see how we do for the remainder. Walpole looked way too sketchy at this sort of time. The gates are left open these days, so you can venture in if you so please, but I think we're going to choose the lit pathway. It's probably a damn sight safer than what is in the park in the pitch black darkness. So there we go, 10 o'clock in the evening marks 12 hours done and 12 hours remaining of the 24-hour challenge for this video. And we're currently sat on top of one of my routes I've put into the game. We were trying to collect the final Zygarde cells for the Thursday. And I give you a little recap here. We're still sitting at 5 shinies, and now I can reveal the 100%ers we've managed to collect over the course of the first 12 hours. So 5 hundos, which is pretty unbelievable. That Pineco was actually on the nest outside of a house while we were having dinner. The Hundo Gothita I did tell you about earlier, and we picked up both a Hundo male Frillish and a female Frillish from Wild Spawns, and the Maharini, that was kind of almost guaranteed because of the damn weather boosts at the time. It was rainy, then cloudy, then rainy, then cloudy. At this point we were pretty excited because there's only 2 hours remaining of Thursday, and that does mean that the quests are going to refresh in 2 hours time. But we're doing a little Nundo check here for you guys, and searching up that 0 attack and 0 HP, and that's not a Nundo Frillish, so in the bin it goes. So no Nundos so far of this challenge. Fingers crossed that we get our Zygarde cells, because the luck of that day, we'd done about 5 or 6 different routes, and back to back to back to back to back, no Zygarde cells at all. And given that it's basically nearly December, it's going to be a long night session. Good spawns, as we can see. We really want to pull in that Diglett. We never got that Diglett before. If we could pull in the Pikachu, never had that shiny as well. And the 5 kilometer regs. We've got egg number 1 going off. Gothita not shiny. Is that actually shiny boosting the eggs? That's left to be debated. Shinx, and we've got to say we love that the fact the costume doesn't appear on the egg hatches if you tap too quickly. So that was a Shinx and now a Wooper. Let's see how we do for the remainder of the 12 hours to go, and I wonder how many more Absol we're going to be able to pull in.
such a shame this joke has been lost to audio errors, but we were taking the mickey over the fact that people have abandoned these shopping carts so we can go shiny hunting in a shopping cart and probably crash and die. We're popping back on camera here for the stroke of midnight, and I tell you, the millisecond that it struck midnight in the UK, Sammy, aka SYY89, pulled through with a Dragonite invite. So we're back up to resetting for the day. New quests, 5 remotes available to us, and we're going to burn them all on Dragonite. So Sammy, thank you very much for sending through that invite. Our very first Dragonite raid of the Friday. Of course, we're going to have a good 6 hours before our own raid start to appear again in the UK, and you can see Francesco jumped in there as well. But midnight, we were feeling good, we were feeling pretty fresh, we still had a lot of energy, so let's go. Final 10 hours. Sammy, you absolute G, thank you so much. That was pulling in the shiny Dragonite at literally 2 minutes past midnight. I can't convey the excitement I felt at the time. It was so deserved, I feel. We'd done Dragonite raids in person, we maxed on the remotes for all the days available of that event, and we finally pulled in that green one. I really wanted to get this shiny, it being so raid locked and exclusive for this event. You never know if these things are going to come back for the following year. So good amount of XL. As you can see, unfortunately, pretty terrible stats, but perfect. Absolutely perfect for a lucky trade. I cannot thank Sammy enough genuinely for that invite. Absolutely amazing. Really is a wonderful little costume. And I was saying at the time, it has been a very long time since I've been able to name a raided shiny Pokemon after somebody who's invited me to it. So finally, SYY89 is back on the name of a raided shiny Pokemon. That's one of the new ones ticked off. We need 2 of the Wooper to complete the 2023 selections. As you can see there, I was slightly dying. The cold air was not being kind. I was still suffering from a cold, which you may be able to hear I'm still suffering from right now at recording this voiceover. So we're going to push on through the mucus struggle. Pausing underneath here because we've got semi-decent lighting, but it's time to pop that daily adventure incense. Rarely do we get to pop it at 20 minutes past midnight, but Francesco and I are going to drop ours at the same time and see if we can pull in any Galarian bird goodness, or whether it's just going to give us a good old selection of Maharini. Let's check our first spawn, and it's actually a Houndoom, which can be shiny, but not as shiny for us, and deciding to attack constantly, so thank you very much. And 15 minutes later, I can report and show to you Daily Adventure Incense was indeed dead. No Galarian bird action and no shinies, but still chasing the male Frillish from the wild, and the quests we're able to go chasing again, which is really nice. Hey, there we go! 40 minutes past midnight, an incense spawn has finally delivered another shiny we never got in 2022 Fashion Week, the Diglett with the bowler hat and that blue shiny nose. Absolutely fantastic. I was so pleased to finally got this one because it's one of those full odds, a 1 in 500 ratio. We managed to pick it up in 2023 and off of Incense. I don't know if I actually plugged the Incense podcast, but if you do want to go and drop a download to the Incensed podcast, you can find it linked in the description of this video. New episodes every single Sunday. This was fantastic, just as we were about to nip home to go and get another coffee to go on the go with, because the more you go through these challenges as time progresses, it hits you in quicker and quicker waves of needing caffeine boosts. We also found ourselves with another Dragonite raid invite, so thank you very much for that one. Not a shiny in this case, but there is the sacred coffee, the nectar of the gods. I think I just uttered the words to Francesco, 5 great curve throws as a Pokestop task. What's it going to give you? Well, in our case, it gave us our newest shiny, a shiny Gligar from the field research. 5 great curve throws, and it may be a perma boosted shiny of 1 in 64 or so, but hey, it's a blue shiny from the field research tasks, and it counts towards the total. We're going to throw a great ball to match the colour of the Pokeball to the colour of the shiny. And non-event related task, this is why I just do the field research task. You may be like me, if it gives you an encounter, I will quite happily do the task. But we're still hunting that goddamn Pikachu. I have a horrible feeling that won't sparkle for us. Indeed, it won't even catch for us in this case. There we go, Pikachu into the ball. But we are coming up to 2 in the morning, which marks 2/3 of the challenge completed, I believe. We've got 8 hours left to run on this event, and I wonder when that's going to be red again. Well, we asked the question just a moment ago, when will it be red again? And there we go. Shiny Absol, which I think is the 5th one of this whole challenge. You can't tell it's perma boosted at all. It was completely the opposite of what happened last year. I couldn't get that Absol with the aviators for the life of me in 2022. 2023, it doesn't want to stop sparkling. As I probably said at the time, all sparkles are good sparkles for this challenge. It doesn't matter what it is, and unfortunately this one is a dead 0 star, so much like all the others of the challenge, absolutely dead, and it wasn't a back-to-back with that Absol, nor a shiny Gothita. This field research task is going to give us the good old Butterfree. We had plenty of those in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Whether we get it this year, we will find out. But as I always say when I do these challenges, the late night session, even in London, is incredibly peaceful and bliss. Nobody out and about walking, nobody driving. You have the streets to yourself, as long as you're safe. And you join me for a Dragonite raid all the way from Hawaii. Thank you very much to Film Vlogs. Obviously done a couple of Dragonite remotes. Prior to this, Sammy giving us the shiny. The likelihood of this one being good, 2117 is the not amazing stats, a long way off the 100%, but I love the geotags. The geotags for the remote raid stuff is fantastic. There we go, Film Vlogs with the Style Savant point. Will it be shiny? Unfortunately not. 2116, throw the Pokeball at it and an instant breakout. But if you're counting and pay attention, that means that we have 2 remote raid passes for the Friday left to use. Can't quite believe this. We're pulling in another shiny Absol. I don't even think we're way past 64 checks since the last one. 1884, Wild Spawn, give it a Golden Raz, and are we going to throw the red Pokeball? Yes, we're going to go red Pokeball for a red shiny, sniping the excellent on it. Not a difficult excellent, but a very cool shiny, and that's 6 Absol. 6 shiny Absol for this challenge, which is actually jokes. I won't say no to it. If only we had Absol raids around us at 3:20 in the morning. What we would like to see is that Wooper sparkle pink like we got lucky on the community day. We do have sunny or clear weather at this point. Our 4th remote of the Friday is going to be sent all the way to the land down under with Tom L96, and a 2670 is what I saw while doing this voiceover. Thanks Tom L for the invite. I think there were 3 or 4 of us in that raid. Will it be an Australian shiny? Unfortunately not. 2658, there we go. 1 remote remaining, and unfortunately Dragonite playing hard to get. Once again. This was the highest CP Diglett we'd picked up from field research so far, and it turned out to be a 4-star costume Diglett. Not a Shundo, unfortunately, but caught in the field research, as you can see there. Wonderful to add that to the collection, and it's actually number 7 of the hundos, because earlier we picked up a hundo Wooper with the costume, maybe off of an incense spawn. Reporting in at a roughly 5:15 in the morning. That's right, 5 a.m. and my god, was it bloody freezing. Soon, hopefully, the sun will start to rise and we can venture back into the parks. And also, only 40 or so minutes until our first raids hatch. And it seemed we had a couple of 3 stars ready to go at just after 6 in the morning. So we're going to hope that a couple of those are Dragonite. Fingers crossed for those 3-star raids later on in the session. But we have a funny transition with us continuing our grind through the night, but other people starting to wake up and begin their Friday, going to work and beginning their commute. And hurrah, our first 3-star raid at just before 6:20 in the morning was indeed the costumed hipster Dragonite. Fantastic, we pinged some invites out. Molly joined, ChrisJahn, TomL96 and Sammy trying to reciprocate some of the invites from earlier in the video. Fingers crossed for a shiny for Francesco or I. Unfortunately not, and this one is beyond awful stats. 2108 is very much trade fodder, but we were huddling in a bus shelter across some Ealing studios because the wind chill at this time was apocalyptically cold, but we're sniping some more Absol raids that are dotted around, a couple more 3 stars for the goodness, but the sun is starting to rise, so daylight is coming back. But before we see the sunrise, boom, a home spawn non-event shiny C-Dot with the clear boost because it's still nighttime. Don't mind me slowly choking to death. That is shiny number 11 of the challenge pulled in, and our second non-event related. It's bound to happen because I am literally going to be catching everything, or rather I have been catching everything as best as I can. That's how I play these things. We're going to see if that sunny boost or clear boost is going to give us any decent IVs on the scale. Very likely it's going to be shockingly bad. There you go, 2-star. An XCOM Daemon. Diglett, not as shiny to complete that family off of Incense. This was literally just a toilet break quickly before we venture back out again. Well, here we are at 8 a.m. in the morning, less than 2 hours to go, and at this point we were very much running on autopilot. We're going to go and get ourselves a fresh, nice espresso to help us keep actually going for the next 120 minutes, but Frillish refusing to catch, and a lot of Pokemon refusing to catch. There is Black Sheep Coffee, my favourite place to go. You can see I'm pretty knackered at this point. Wear and tear from this challenge has very much caught up with me over the last 2 hours since you last heard voiceover. Daylight is not actually helping in any way. If anything, Diglett breaking out again. I want to catch everything, but if they're refusing to get in the ball, what can you do, really? We're running out of resources, of course, as well. We did pick up a Goku Bad Butterfree, which I think is the second Goku Bad Butterfree from this challenge. Hunting the Croagunk. We haven't even got a Croagunk for this challenge, so let's see if we can pull that one in the next hour and 55 minutes. And, of course, you can see their field research task has already been completed. I have just come off the back of doing my 9 AM Instagram story post and sort of complaining about those shinies for a while, but boom! There is shiny female Frillish, and I don't know if you can see by the animated style of the way I'm talking on camera, I was so excited to have picked this one up. I'd never been able to get it before in all the prior events, all the features it's had. Finally, Fashion Week 2023 has delivered that beautiful coral red shiny, or pink shiny, depending on your preference, and geez, we nearly used the Master Ball on it. The gloves were not playing nice with me over the course of this challenge. Red Pokeball to match the red shiny. Again, amazing. We've done so many checks, not only over the course of this 24-hour challenge, but over the course of all the events prior, leading way back to January when they became shiny for the first time. 0-star, terrible stats as per pretty much everything on this 24-hour challenge. Nearly 1,500 checks to get that damn shiny. We had the male shiny from Egg Hatch and 7km Eggs a while ago, but this one was definitely overdue given it's been available in the wild for ages and ages and ages. And I will say, I don't remember checking Frillish prior to it being shiny eligible too much. There's an XXL Kroger. It's a shame they weren't showcased for that at the time, but we're going to have Lucario give us a nice little header, but less than an hour remaining on this challenge, folks. The final raid that we could get access to before 10 AM swung around to close out the challenge was this costumed Butterfree, or Butterfree as it could be called, and that was 2 rare XL candy for the raid. Absolutely fantastic compared to the damn Mega Garchomp raid day shenanigans. But will it be the 13th shiny of the challenge? Let's push the button and find out. Unfortunately, not the case. In 10:15, I will say I cut the fight that this Butterfree gave me out of the video because it's incredibly tedious to watch. So Butterfree is going to be a dead 3-star, not unlike everything we got from the quest. Now, just over 10 minutes to go. Let's see if we can pull in anything else. We weren't going to drop passes on Cobalion or Kangaskhan. We want those wild spawns. And now we're into the final minute of the challenge. Just shiny checking anything that we can do. We just came off the Furfrou check. Let's see what the next one's going to be. There's a damn Maharini everywhere, unfortunately, still affected with the wild spawns, despite it not being weather boosted at the time, I believe. But literally less than 60 seconds to rock and roll. Absol letting us down off at Incense, unfortunately, in our dire moments of need. And unfortunately, that does tick over to 10 AM, which marks the end of the challenge. We've begun the encounter with the Absol, so we claim it as the final catch of the challenge. But 24 hours, folks, completed. And now we need to go and find our numbers and wrap everything up and do screenshots. So
now we're going to redo the entire wrap up that I did over a week ago, and I hope you enjoyed the 24-hour challenge. This one was pretty mega, our most successful, I would say. But before we dive into the statistics and what we managed to achieve, if you could please do so. Smash that like button and do subscribe if you are new. I would hugely appreciate the support. As I said, I'm aiming to get to 20,000 subscribers before the year is done. I'd really love it if you could help me get to that goal. Please do so. And of course, thank you to everybody who's a fantastic Patreon member, everybody who's on the rolling credits at the end of every one of the videos I produce. Thank you so much to all of you for your continued support. Genuinely, it keeps the channel rolling, keeps the live streams possible, keeps the global live event travel possible as well. So thank you very much. And as I said at the beginning of the video, thank you very much to Andrew Pro, one of the Patreon members who donated $100 towards this 24-hour challenge as a concept anyway. So thank you so much for that. Totaling up, so I'm going to put the stats on the side there from the beginning and the end. So nearly 2,900 catches, which it would have been better if we'd been more prepared. We should have had a few more Ultra Balls to hand. We didn't really have the best resources for this one, unfortunately. I wasn't prepped. The Pokestop spins, I'm not sure how many we managed to achieve, but we didn't hit the spin cap. I think that might be due to the fact that when the quest was done, I wasn't spinning the stops as frequently, to be honest. It's a shame we didn't hit the stop cap, but it did mean we could continue hatching right until the end. We did drop lucky eggs for the entire 24 hours, pretty much, so an XP haul was pretty good. should have been better, I think. We did do a couple of raids. We didn't chase 5 stars on this one, apart from 1 or 2 that we did randomly. Nearly 69 kilometers walked. We missed out on that 80k, unfortunately. I think that's just due to cold and fatigue, unfortunately. We need to try and push past that 70 kilometer barrier, maybe next year when we do another 24-hour challenge for a decent event. Now, let's look at the catches. So the catches for this 24-hour challenge is actually the most number of shinies and hundos we've ever managed to pull in on one of these grinds. So 12 shinies, admittedly, 50% of the shinies are Absol, which are permanently boosted, and of course the random Gligar in there is a perma boost as well, but perma boost or not, still great to have pulled them in. I never had that shiny before today's 24-hour grind challenge, but we did pick up a Shinx to start with, of course. Random C-Dot, the Dragonite though, was definitely the best pull shiny-wise for the entire challenge. Again, thank you Sammy so much for that invite that pulled through. We missed out on quite a few of them, unfortunately. The Wooper didn't sparkle for us, the Krogunk this year didn't sparkle for us, so of course the goddamn Pikachu, it let us down in the Halloween event 24-hour challenge. It's let us down in this one as well. You already know a couple of 100%ers, but we did manage to pick up a few more. So another Gothita was actually an egg hatch. We hatched a 5-kilometer egg into a Hundo Gothita, which is amazing. Another Hundo Frillish, which is another random incense spawn, I believe, and the 100% Krogunk that both Francesco and I managed to pick up, that was a spawn in Walpole when it decided to change back to cloudy weather at some given time. Great to have picked up 10 100%ers in total. Fantastic to have pulled in that many. 3 of them being costume related. We never had obviously the Hundo Wooper with the costume. The Hundo Diglett was new, of course, and the Krogunk isn't technically new. We did get one, I think, a year or 2 ago. We did get a 0%er as well. We got one Nundo Lechonk, which would again be a random incense ball. Given we're catching kind of everything, a Nundo may have been a given. We had a couple of things that were close, that were 1% IV or something, so good number of catches, I would say. And at this point, it's time for me to actually wrap up the video. So again, if you did enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. We do these challenges infrequently. They're sort of once a quarter. This is unusual, the fact we went for the Halloween event and then a fashion one. Quite close quarters, literally about 2.5, 3 weeks between them. 24-hour grind will return for 2024 at some point. But if you enjoy the 24-hour grinds, if you want to support me as a content creator in the concept that we do here, don't hesitate to go and grab some 24-hour merch. You'll find some pinned here on the video, and you can find the merch store in the description below. It's a bit late, but let me know how your Fashion Week 2023 actually ended up going. Congrats anybody who got those shinies. I know this video is up late. I do apologise for that. Unfortunately, the circumstances with the camera, ever since then, we have removed the button. The button has gone, so we'll no longer be having any issues with format changes, and we won't be losing any audio. And now we're just waiting for December 2023 to round out this year. It's been a good one. I very much enjoyed this 24-hour grind. A bit of a wavy one, shall we say, in terms of fatigue. It really hit me at about 7 to 8 a.m. in the morning, and then beyond that it wasn't too bad fatigue wise. We kept going. Pacing yourself for these things is important. But all that's left to say is I hope you enjoyed this video. I really do, and I will see you all in the next one. Do take care.